Hello students, next we'll see third problem. Two problems already have explained in the previous class. I hope you are clear with it. So we'll see the next problem. Third one, X Company Limited has equity share capital of rupees 10 lakh, okay, which is divided into shares of rupees 100 each. 10 lakh amount we are going to divide it with 100 per share, means you will get it as 10,000 shares they have divided. And it was decided to raise further 6 lakh rupees for its expansion. Okay, 6 lakhs rupees again they want to raise the fund. So we have two plans here, plan A and plan B. How 6 lakh rupees can be raised or we can collect it? Plan A, what they have given, 2 lakh rupees in equity shares of rupees 100 each. Means out of 6 lakh, 2 lakh rupees we are going to raise from the equity shares and 4 lakh in terms of debentures at 10% per annum. And plan B we have all you are going to, means full 6 lakh rupees you are going to consider, means you are going to collect it from debenture itself at 10% interest rate. Okay, the company is in 50% tax. Determine the earning per share in each plan and suggest a suitable proposal with a reason. Okay, statement showing capital structure they have given. See here, particulars, plan A and plan B it is. Plan A we have equity share capital 2 lakh and 10% debentures 4 lakh. So total 6 lakh it is. Then plan B, equity shares we are not collecting. We are collecting full 6 lakh rupees in debentures itself. So 6 lakh. Okay, total amount. Let's see the solution of it. Calculate the calculation of amount available to our equity shareholders. So first we should take EBIT, earning before interest and tax. They have given it as 3 lakh even for both plan A as well as plan B. Let's bear interest on debentures 10%. Plan A, how much debentures we are having? 4 lakh, right? So on 4 lakh 10%, how much we will get? 40,000. Plan B, how much we have debentures? 6 lakh. So 10% on 6 lakh, we will get it as 60,000. So how much we'll get? Earning before tax. It is 2 lakh 60,000 and 2 lakh 40,000. Okay, out of 3 lakh 40,000 you have to deduct, 2 lakh 60,000 you will get, 3 lakh minus 60,000 you will get 2 lakh 40,000. Less tax. How much they are given tax bracket? It is 50% of 50%, right? So 50% of 2 lakh 60,000. How much we will get? 1 lakh 30,000. And 50% of 2 lakh 40,000 will get 1 lakh 20,000. So earning after tax, okay, or profit after tax or earning after tax, we'll get it is 1 lakh 30,000 and 1 lakh 40,000. Sorry, 1 lakh 20,000. Okay. Okay. So next we'll see dividend on preference shares. Preference shares they are not given anything, so leave it blank. Okay, if you have preference shares, that also you have to pay. Then amount available to equity shareholders, we have 1 lakh 30,000 and 1 lakh 20,000. Same it is. Okay. So amount available, how much we have? 1 lakh 30,000 and 1 lakh 20,000. Okay. Now we'll calculate equity calculation of number of equity shares here. Okay, equity share capital divided by rate per share we should take. So plan A, how much they have given? Basic, it was 10 lakh, right? 10 lakh equity shares divided by 10 rupees. So 10,000 equity shares we have. Additional, how much we are collecting equity shares in plan A? 2 lakh, right? So 2 lakh divided by 10, 2,000. And plan B, only 10 lakh shares, 10 lakh amount we have in equity shares divided by 10, we'll get it as 10,000. Okay, so number of equity shares total in plan A will get 12,000. 10,000 was basic and 2,000 additional what we are collecting. And plan B, 10,000 only we have. So we'll see earning per share, amount available to equity shareholders divided by number of equity shares. Okay, amount available, how much we have? 1 lakh 30,000 divided by 12,000 number of equity shares, will get rupees 10.83 per share. Then for plan B, 1 lakh 20,000 divided by 10,000. So we'll get 12 rupees per share here. Okay, so which one we should give the conclusion? Plan B has higher earnings per share than plan B. Therefore, plan B is recommended. Whichever get a highest earning per share, that only you should select here. Okay, so as we compare, for A, B we have a highest rate of return. So you should go with the plan B. Okay. Then fourth problem which you have to solve. A company limited has equity share capital of rupees 20 lakh divided into shares of rupees 100 each. Okay. Then it was decided to raise further 3 lakh for its expansion, and plan 1 and plan 2 they have given. Okay. 2 lakh equity shares 100 each and 1 lakh in debentures of 10%. Then plan B we have all 10% of debentures only, means full 3 lakh you are going to collect under debentures. The company is in 50% of tax bracket. So you have to determine earning per share here. Capital structure they have given. Plan 1 and plan 2, not A and B here it is. Take as plan 1 and plan 2. Okay. Equity share capital we have 2 lakh and debentures 1 lakh. And B, we don't have any equity shares here. So fully 3 lakh it is collected on debentures itself. Okay. So next problem, X Limited has a equity share capital of rupees 10 lakh divided into shares of rupees 100 each. It was decided to raise further rupees 6 lakh for its expansion of a company plans. Okay. So 6 lakh they are collecting extra amount. Okay. 3 lakh in equity shares and 3 lakh in debentures, plan A. Okay. 3 lakh you are going to collect on equity shares and 3 lakh on debentures of 10%. Then plan B, all means complete 6 lakh rupees on debentures itself. Okay. Okay, then they have given a capital structure here. Equity share capital 3 lakh and debentures 3 lakh. Total 6 lakh investment you have. And plan B, complete 6 lakh on debentures itself. Okay. Similarly, like third problem you have. Okay, if you have any doubt, get it clarified, then sort it out. Follow the same method. Okay. Then sixth problem we'll see. Maheshwari Limited needs 50 lakh for installation of new factory. The new factory is expected to yield annual EBIT, earning before interest and tax, of rupees 10 lakh. The company has the objective to maximizing earning per share. Okay. It is considering the possibilities of issuing equity shares after raising the debt of plan A. 5 lakh plan B 20 lakh, plan C 30 lakh. Okay, the interest rate they have given. On 5 lakh it is 10%, on 20 lakh it is 15%, on 30 lakh it is 20%. So you have to calculate 40% of tax bracket you have, and equity share value 100 rupees per share. Okay, then capital structure they have given, which is very much important here. Plan A, debentures they have given 5 lakh, right? So out of 50 lakh, 5 lakh it is debentures, so 45 lakh it is equity shares. Then out of 50 lakh, what is the second plan you have? 20 lakh you have debentures, so 30 lakh equity shares they are given. Then for plan C, 30 lakh debentures means 20 lakh equity shares we have. Okay, so first we'll calculate amount available for our equity shareholders in all three plans, plan A, B as well as C. EBIT how much we have? 10 lakh in all the situations. Okay, all the plans. Less interest 10% of debentures. Plan A, how much we have debentures? 5 lakh, right? So 5 lakh 10%, how much we will get? 50,000. Plan B, how much we have debentures? 20 lakh, right? So 10% of 30 lakh, 10% of 30 lakh, we will get it as 3 lakh. Plan C, we have it as 10% of full amount, that is 10% of debentures, we'll get it as 6 lakh. Okay, so we'll check now. EBIT, how much we will get? 9,50,000, 7 lakh and 4 lakh. Okay, you had to less interest on debentures. Debentures you should calculate according to plan, how much you have a debentures here. Okay, then less 40% tax bracket of all 9,40,000, 9,50,000, 7 lakh and 4 lakh. So 3,80,000 you will get on 9,50,000, 40%, 3,80,000, 7 lakh 40%, 2,80,000, 4 lakh 40%, 1,60,000. So we'll get earning after tax. How much it is? 5,70,000, 4,20,000 and 2,40,000. Okay, in different three plans. Then dividend preference shares 6%. Okay, so first it is nil. Okay, they have not given any dividend on shares here. Okay, means preference shares they are not given, so leave it blank. Okay, amount available to equity shareholders, how much we have? 5,70,000, 4,20,000 and 2,40,000. Okay, so next what we have to calculate? Number of equity shares, right? So equity share capital divided by rate per share. Plan A, how much we have equity shares? 4,50,000 divided by 10. Not 10, it is 100. Okay, 100 per share we have. So 45,000 you will get. So equity share capital, plan A, how much we have? 45 lakhs, right? 45 lakhs divided by 100 per share. So we'll get it as 45,000. Plan B, 30 lakh equity shares we have. 30 lakh divided by 100, 30,000 equity shares you will get. Plan C, 20 lakh we have equity shares, 100 rupees per share. So 20,000 we will get. Okay, so then we'll calculate EPS, earning per share, amount available to equity shareholders divided by number of equity shares. How much we have? Plan A left for amount available for equity shareholders, 5,70,000 divided by number of equity shares, we have 45,000. So we will get it as 12.66 per share. Okay, so plan B, how much we have? Amount available to equity shareholders, 4,20,000 divided by 30,000. We will get rupees 14 per share here. Then plan C, how much left? 2,40,000, right? Amount available for equity shareholders divided by 20,000 number of shares. So we will get it as rupees 12 per share. If they ask you to recommend here, which one we will recommend? Plan B, because we have equity share per share, it is earning per share more on 14. Okay, you have to solve 3 problems here. If you have any doubt, get it clarified, then sort it out. So next we'll see degree of operating leverage. Okay, degree of operating leverage, how we can calculate percentage of EBIT, earning before interest, and percentage of change in EBIT divided by percentage of change in sales. How to calculate percentage of change in EBIT? New EBIT minus old EBIT divided by old EBIT into 100 means percentage we'll check. And change in sales also like that, same only. How much we have increased, what was the earlier one, divided with the old sales into 100. So we'll see the first problem on this. Calculate degree of operating leverage when sales is increased from 50,000 units to 60,000 units and decreased to 40,000 units. 3 variations they are given. 50,000 sales if it is increased to 60 or if it is decreased to 40. Okay, selling price they are given rupees 10 per unit. Fixed cost 1 lakh per unit, variable cost 6 per unit. So we'll see the solution here, calculation of earning before interest and tax. Okay, sales we have to take first. Here we have particulars, decrease, base and increase. Decrease means 40,000 units, increase base means 50,000 units, increase means 60,000 units. Okay, so first one, decrease means 40,000 units you should consider. 40,000 into 10, 4 lakh. Base means 50,000 units, so 50,000 into 10, 5 lakh, and increase 60,000 units, 60,000 into 10, 6 lakh you will get. Less variable cost, rupees 6 per unit you have. So decrease 40,000 units into 6, 2,40,000. For base 50,000 units into 6, 3 lakh, and for increase 60,000 units you have. 60,000 into 6, you will get it as 3,60,000. So how much will get the contribution now? 1,60,000, 2 lakh and 2,40,000. So less fixed cost. How much you have? 1 lakh in all the situations. So we'll get EBIT, earning before interest and tax, 60,000, 1 lakh and 1,40,000 here. Okay, for decrease you should consider 40,000 units. For base 50,000 units, for increase 60,000 units here. Okay, so we'll calculate percentage of change in EBIT. So change of percentage in EBIT, new minus old divided by old EBIT into 100. First we'll calculate for increase. How much increase we have? 1,40,000 minus 1 lakh, base it is, divided with 1 lakh into 100. So 40% plus 40% we will get 1,40,000 minus 1 lakh. So for decrease, how much we have? EBIT 60,000 minus base 1, we have it is 1 lakh, divided with 1 lakh into 100, we'll get minus 40% because 6 lakh minus 1 lakh minus 40,000 you'll get. Divided by 1 lakh into 100 minus 40% you'll get. Okay, so calculation of percentage of change in sales. Okay, so new sales minus old sales divided by old sales into 100. You just change it, percentage of changes in sales, not deviate it is. For increase we have 6 lakh, right, sales minus 5 lakh divided by 5 lakh into 100 plus 20%. For decrease 4 lakh we have sales for decrease minus base it is 5 lakh divided by 5 lakh into 100 minus 20% will get. So we'll check now degree of operating leverage. Okay, percentage of change in EBIT divided by percentage of changes in sales. So plus or minus 40%, right, divided with plus or minus 20% because both we have, right. For increase we have it as plus 40%, for decrease minus 40%. Here also same, for increase in sales plus 20%, for decrease in sales minus 20%. So plus or minus 40% divided by plus or minus 20%. So answer will get plus 2 times because 40% we have plus there more, right. So we'll get it as 2 times degree of operating leverage. And this problem which I want you to calculate the degree of operating leverage when sales is increased from 4 lakh to 4 lakh 50,000 and decreased to 3 lakh 50,000. Means base we have 4 lakh here, decrease you have 3 lakh 50,000 and increase 4 lakh 50,000. Okay, here no need to multiply because directly amount they have given sales. 4 lakh it is base, decrease 3 lakh 50,000, increase 4 lakh 50,000. Then fixed cost we have it as 1 lakh, variable cost 70% of sales means 70% of 4 lakh, 70% of 4 lakh 50,000, 70% of 3 lakh 50,000. For decrease you should take 70% of 3 lakh 50,000. For base 70% of 4 lakh. For increase 70% of 4 lakh 50,000. Okay, I hope you are clear with this. Still if you have any doubt, get it clarified and solve the homework. Okay, in next class I will explain about the capital structure. Okay, till then take care, meet you all in the next class.